Yeah.
Obstructing me from voting,
Yes.
political persecution.
Yes.
There was a candidate for office that didn't want my vote.
Phew.
You know, I've informed the police department
Yes.
of my rights being violated,
Phew.
and for some reason they don't feel an obligation to enforce those rights.
Yes.
Now, I just wanted to mention
Yes.
these moral turpitude laws,
Yeah.
the bribery, counterfeiting, fraud against the revenue of other government funds,
Yes.
mail or wire fraud, perjury, tax evasion, willful, harboring a fugitive from justice. Now, this fraud against the revenue or other government funds where well, there's a moral turpitude in that.
Yes.
See, your city audited financial results don't include my lawsuits because of your obstructions of justice. And when I look through the federal government support of each and every city, there's a possibility of the moral turpitude of the fraud
Yes.
of your audited state financial results,
Yes.
where you refuse to acknowledge my right to sue you. Ouch. Ooh, ooh. Now, this idea that you're just going to continue to, well, quite often the federal government requires the correct reporting of all the assets and the liabilities
Yes.
when receiving any of the actual funds as federal government grants. Now, offenses involving taxation, income taxes, employment taxes, estate taxes, gift taxes, exercise taxes, alcohol, tobacco, and customs taxes, and then bulk cash enhancement for pattern of unlawful activity.
Yes.
Special offense characteristics, base level. Oh. See, I'm really wanting to live with my sons.
Yeah.
And after the last 4 years of informing you of what the law says,
Yeah.
you just decided to retaliate against me. I decided that you could go to prison and I could try you in every constitutional court of the world. And I think my rights as an asylum seeker
Yes.
mean that I can use those courts. Now, for the oh, 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 do you think that you could get me my victims' resources
Mm-hmm.
and the thought
Yeah.
of being tried in every constitutional court of the world?
Yeah.
Once they approve me for asylum because of persecution, I have the right to have the courts of those nations hear the case. And since that's what I'm wanting to do,
Yeah.
um, I'm sure
Yes.
that they'll want to hear that.
Yes.
Now, the authority in executing a warrant for my arrest,
Yeah.
the 2234 of the, what is it again? The offer and the acceptance, the bribing of judges. Whoever in executing a search warrant, a warrant for the arrest of any defendant,
Yeah.
willfully exceeds his authority to exercise it with unnecessary severity, shall be fined not more than $1,000 or imprisoned not more than 1 year.
Yes.
Now, when you transported me across county lines
Yes.
for the false accusation of being in Jefferson County,
Yes.
I did ask you,
Yeah.
do you know what civil rights are?
Oh.
Ouch. See, searches and seizures,
Yeah.
assault or resistance, destruction or removal of property to prevent seizure, rescue of seized property, authority exceeded in executing a warrant,
Yes.
search warrant procured maliciously,
Mm-hmm.
searches without warrant.
Yeah.
Mm. Now, obviously, I didn't resist arrest. No, no, no. Then destruction or removal of property to prevent seizures, rescue of seized property, and then it's one of these where you used the 2 count criminal complaint.
Yeah.
And you issued a failure to appear where I asked the police department to tell me what the district court case was about.
Yes.
And you sent the notice of the court hearing to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road, where Mike Van Proyen laughed his ass off because I didn't get actual notice from the state of jurisdiction. Yes. And then you had me arrested, transported me across county lines. Yes. For the false accusation of being in Jefferson County on June 16th of 2017. And the false accusation of cyberstalking. Yes. Where someone said I emailed some of the people at Heidi Budnick's workplace. Yes. Now, this executing of the warrant for my arrest. Oh. See, the police didn't want to ask me where I was at on June 16th of 2017. I would have probably said, did you get the email that day? Oh, could you go on your individual server and look at the email addresses of each of the individuals in the police department? And why don't you look to see where I was at on June 16th of 2017? Oh, your authority exceeded. Yeah. The executing of the warrant. Right. Because you did know I wasn't there. Oh. And since the count of cyberstalking would be inclusive of every email on June 16th of 2017, when you got the email that I wasn't there, yes, there was no need to arrest me. Ouch! Now, it looks like you've been playing. I don't know, but it's not going to work. You do know. See, when they issued the failure to appear for the arraignment, yes, on August 21st of 2017, yeah, and I went online and I could see that there was a district court case, yes, and I didn't get notice, but you sent notice to Mike Van Proyen. Your authority was exceeded in executing the failure to appear for the arraignment on August 21st of 2017. Yes, because of the requirement of law to establish that I was at the scene of the crime. And since you had the emails, you intentionally exceeded that authority. Yes. Now there's the failure to appear to a hearing. Yes, where you gave me 2 judicial days. All right, but there was no docketed court hearing. Now, where at the request of Judge Porter, right, I was to appear in court and explain why I wanted to reschedule my mental health evaluation. But when I requested notice from the state of jurisdiction, yes, you decided to not give it to me because you didn't issue it. So the undocketed court hearings right now exceeded your ability to execute a warrant for failure to appear. Now, when you waited 2.5 weeks to have me arrested in Sequim, Washington, yes, the same city that said I was in Sequim when I wasn't, yes, your authority to arrest me exceeded, yes, your authority to execute the warrant for the failure to appear. And for the police officers, said, well, we have a warrant for your arrest. Well, do you know where I was at? On December 31st of 2015. Retaliation, restitution. Now, a search warrant procured maliciously. Whoever maliciously and without probable cause, yes, procures a search warrant to be issued and executed, shall be fined not more than $1,000 or imprisoned not more than 1 year. I would say each of the warrants for my arrest, yes, were maliciously procured. Yes, because I asked for the notice from the state of jurisdiction. And I asked you to give me the actual documentation requiring me to appear in court on August 21st of 2017. So the police and sheriff's departments are very complicit in the malicious procurement of failure to appear.